Hello guys, I hope I'm recording. Um, the goal for this video is to how to take a piece of HTML or CSS code and make use of React reusability, reusable components, and make the production faster. And like this is like a how to take some HTML code and convert it to React video. Uh, a disclaimer, this is not an intro to HTML CSS video. I have a workshop video that my friend Maria made, which I'm gonna link it in description, that you guys can follow if you're like really new to HTML and CSS. This is how to take some code in HTML and CSS and convert it to React and make it reusable video. Uh, I'm not gonna be going in detail like how to get started with React because I already made another video on it, and I will link it in the description so that you can follow it. So that said, let's get started. I'm gonna open up my terminal. The first thing I'm gonna do is npx create React app, and I'm gonna name this HTML React because we're going from HTML and React. Cool. While that's being done, let me open up a new terminal. Let's see. Where am I? Let's see. Oh wait. My bad. The installation was well. We just created our React app. So that is our React app. Let me cd into it. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm not in my source directory, which is where my app is. I'm gonna make a HTML document, like a simple HTML CSS document, and then we're gonna take that and then convert it to React. So I'm gonna name this core team.html, and I'm gonna have a CSS. I'm gonna launch my VS Code right here. Cool. So if you're using VS Code, there's a shortcut in VS Code that you can use. You just hit an exclamation and hit enter. It will like give you a boilerplate for HTML. I'm not gonna go in detail about this. It's simply saying the language is English, and the meta is it's about, so it's providing data about this HTML page right here. So it's a UTF-8. I'm just gonna change the title to core team. Alright, cool. That being said, what we want to do right now is we want a div tag, which is gonna it's like a container. We're gonna name it core. I'm gonna get the div class. Oh, my bad. I forgot the equal sign over here. Cool. And I'm gonna take a h1 tag for the heading. For the h1 tag, what do I want? I want to have the name goes here. So I'm going to start with the president Alex. Alex's age. Where's Alex's age? Alex's age is like 21. He's our president, so the title is going to be president. If I didn't misspell that. The title, we got the title. Oh, play sport. So swimming. Great. Oh, this another beautiful thing about VS Code. If you go into the extensions and if you get the live server, alright, if you get, I got it installed. If you get the live server installed, you can just, sorry, you can just hit go live, go live, and it just takes you straight to the code team. Let me close up this document. Alright, this looks a little bizarre, so let's add some styling to it. So in the styling, we want to target this core class. So I'm going to say .core. We want a border of 1 pixel, solid, and a color of E, which is white. So it gets highlighted over there. Box shadow. We want a little shadow effect to our box. I mean, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing this so that it looks good. And that's the color of our box shadow. Why am I getting an error here? Interesting. And now property box shadow. Ooh. Yeah. So probably you didn't do the same error as I did. Width. We want to give the width of 200 pixel. A padding. About 20 pixel. Let's give it a margin of 10 pixel. Correct. Oh, my bad. I totally forgot to see. Here's another gotcha moment with HTML and CSS. Even though we did the styling, we never actually got the styling over here. So the way we get the styling over here is we link it. Style sheet core team dot CSS. I think that works. Nope, that didn't work. A great tool to reference is W3 Schools. You know, sometimes when you forget things. Href, sorry. It's Href. Href. That didn't do anything either. Let me take this guy. Copy. Paste. Get the title there. Core team. That's CSS. Voila. You see that car? Yeah. It's decent. You know. Let me add another card. Let me add myself in there. You know, having a single card doesn't look so great. So my name is TJ. I'm 23. I'm a tech lead. And play tennis. Cool. Ooh. I wanted it kind of like horizontal. Let me get this display. Display is inline block. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Now we got two cards side by side. Okay, now you're probably questioning yourself like, oh man, why do I even have to like use React? I mean, I love HTML, right? I can just copy and keep pasting. But you see, this is redundancy. Like if I want something new, I'm gonna like if I want to add another friend of mine, I gotta copy and paste and if you have been in development for some time now, you understand the difficulties of copy and pasting. You run into errors usually. So now what we want to do is we want to take this HTML code and make it as reusable as possible using React. All right, so let's get started with that. I'm on my terminal here. Let me quickly close this. All right, I'm on my terminal here. Whenever you're launching a React app, you have to make sure that package.json is there because that's where our React scripts live. I usually use Yarn. You can use npm start. It's up to you. So we just created our HTML React app, and this is how it is. So we got some initial cleaning up to do. So let's go back to the VS Code. This is where our app lives. So we go to source, app.js. We don't want any of this. For now, let's get rid of all of that and just put a div tag with a h1 saying, what do I want to say? Hello world? I love writing hello world. There it is. Nice. Let me get rid of this tag. We don't need it. So we want to take our HTML, CSS, and we want to convert it to React. So whenever you're if you work at a company in the future as a front-end developer, and if your boss comes to you and says, hey, we want to refactor our HTML code into React, the first and good thing to do is to like check it out and see what are some things that are static and static, that means never changing, and some of the things that are changing, which is dynamic. And that way you can use the static material. You don't have to refactor the static material, but like find a solution using React for the dynamic elements. So in this example, I can see that this h1 tag, the name of the person is changing, but the age stays the same, but like the number of the age changes. The word title stays the same, but the title itself changes. The word sport stays the same, but the sport that the person is playing is gonna change. So I want to keep the swimming, the president, the 21 dynamic, but I want the age, title, sport to be static. Cool. So the way we're gonna do this is, let me go to my app.css. I'm gonna get rid of all the CSS right here. We don't need any of that. Cool. Now inside my source directory, this is just a good practice to do when you get into React development, when you have a team, to open up a new folder and name it components. This is where your reusable components are gonna live. And inside our components, we want to create our first component. I just like to create a new folder. If you look at our HTML, this looks like a card. So we are making a card component. So I want to create a new folder called card. Inside the card, we're gonna have index.js. That's where our card is gonna live, and we're gonna have index.css. That's the styling that we're gonna use for our card. Cool. So what I want to do right now is I want to import React, we're gonna keep the same styling that we did for the core theme CSS. So I'm just gonna copy this and then paste it in index.css. The index.css is targeting the index.js that lives in the card. So I'm gonna import the styling sheet that I just created, which is index.css. And now we're gonna build our first component. So before building a component, we have to keep in mind what type of component we want to build. Do we want to build a class-based component or a functional-based component? So how do we decide whether to build a class-based component or a functional-based component? So you want to build a class-based component when there's a state in your app. When you're keeping track of state, a class-based component is really good. But there's no state in our application right now. This is a very simple application. We're gonna pass down some parameters to our component, and it's gonna just show it on the screen. So there's no part of state over here. So I'm gonna build a functional component. So the way you do a functional component is first you define the name of the component. I'm gonna name it card. Const card equals, it's going to be an arrow function. So okay, there's that. So props. Okay, cool. I know what you're thinking. Like, what the hell is props, right? This is where the things that we send it back is gonna come in the props. I might be confusing you even more right now. So let me just show you what. So I'm gonna have a return statement right here, which is gonna return a div element. I'm gonna give it a class name. I'm gonna give it the same class name core that we previously had. Let me save that. Cool. And let me go back to my my core theme.html. I want all these tags, right? So let me go back here and paste them. Styling. There it is. Cool. Now this is going to be dynamic. We haven't named it yet, but I would like to give it a name. Oh, see, I'm getting warnings already. I'll get rid of that warning, don't worry. I get age, title, sport. So in order to make use of this card, we have to export it from this page. Export, I'm gonna keep it default. Default just means if we had two different functional components, this is the one that's gonna be imported as default. Let me go back to my app.js, and this is where I'm gonna import my component. Import card from, now we have to give the path, so we are in the source. I want to go into the components, inside card. I don't have to specify index.js. It will import index because it's the first thing that it has. And I want to get rid of this tag right here. And I want to render my card. Cool. Let's see what happens. Oh, my bad. I did start the app. Here. Oh, I got an error. Oh, cannot find the variable age. Yep, I'm gonna come there. So now we're gonna pass down something to the card, which is called props in the React world. If you're coming from a development word from different languages, you can kind of think this as like passing down the parameters, or yeah, basically imagine you define a function with some parameters and you're going to pass the parameters. So the error that I just got here is saying, hey, I'm trying to access this parameter, but I'm not able to get it. Or I'm trying to get this prop, but it's not there. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give it the name of Alex. We're going to give him the title of President. Forgot the equal sign here. We're going to give the age 21. Name, title, age, sport. Swimming. One second. Name. Oh, my bad. Yeah, what was I thinking? Sorry guys, I keep showing you errors. Yeah, I'm really new to this too. So I'm passing down the name, but so React doesn't know that name is coming down the props, right? So the one way I can access name is props.name, props.age, props.title, props.sport. That's how, see, that worked. Oof. Love it when things work. Yep. So there, React gives us a few different ways to actually do this. We can destructure it. This is called destructuring in React. We can do name, comma age, comma title, comma sport. And we can just give it props, and we can get rid of this. Cool, that works. Or we can destructure it straight from here. We can also do that. That will still work. Now the most beautiful thing is now I can just take this card right here, right? I can make a duplicate card and change the name. I'm a tech lead. I'm 23 years old. And I play tennis. Voila. Oh, it's really great if there's a space over there. Yep, voila. So now this card can be exported. Like you can just take this card from the component and you can use it in other projects. It's just the app is more clean. One thing before I wrap this up, I wanna mention is if you don't have a development here, I just want to show this error because I get this error a lot. It's gonna say failed to compile. Failed to compile because there's no parent element. Or if you scroll, JSX expression must have one parent element, right? So the div over here acts as a parent element. Styling. So now if I want to add another friend of mine, it's so simple. All I have to do is get this card, pass down some parameters. Who do I want to add? Hannah. Let's hope I spelled her name right. She's our marketing lead. She's really amazing. everything she does for us. I think she's about 20 years old. I don't know what sport she plays. We can just say not available. Alright, there it is. See, there's another card. So that's it for this video, guys. In this video, to wrap it up, we took this HTML page and this CSS, and then we converted it to React. Congratulations. Please let me know if you got any errors. I will attach my Discord link to this, and see you soon.